I'm coming in loud and clear. Might hear me on the radio. Breaker, breaker, 19. Anybody got their ears on?
Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms in the mountains of North Carolina. Tonight, Retevis reached out to me. They have a new GMRS capable radio. It's the RA87. Kind of curious to check it out. GMRS is in some parts of the country extremely popular right now. Other parts not so much. This area is kind of a dead zone. There was a repeater that was up and running for like a month. I made contact over it once and then it was gone. So it comes and it goes, but that's okay. We're gonna check it out. The RA87. And it looks to be a nice unit. It looks like apparently it's programmable. All right, so we got this really nice microphone here with keypad entry here. Also has a hook on the top. Like instead of having a hook to hook it, it has a loop. So I think they want you to like hang it off of a loop there if you wanted to use it. Not a lot going on there. We'll get into that. It did also come with a programming cable. USB. It looks like to a 3.5 phono jack, but if it works, it works. And here we have our spare fuses, our mounting bracket, stuff like that is there. Power cord, looks like it does come with a pretty significant power cord. Yeah, with a two-prong on that side. It does have an inline fuse, and so that looks pretty cool. And then over here, boy, this sucker's heavy. Cool. Now this is a significant, wow, that is really heavy for that. Okay. Here it is in all its glory. Looks like a top-mounted speaker on this. And along the front here, we do have a whole bunch of buttons. We do have our main knob. Looks like we have a dual control knob on that side. Nice. And then lastly in the box here is a bracket. And it's a 4-screw bracket because it has a lot of directionability. And I'll tell you, this thing's pretty heavy. So let me set that off to the side. We'll put these on the floor over here. And let's talk about this thing. So I would say it weighs a good 4 or 5 pounds, and it is all the way metal. The bottom of this thing, look at that. Solid heat sink along the bottom. That is massive in size. Let's see here. R87 output is 40 watts, so it's about as powerful as you get. I think they up the wattage to 50 watts max, but I'm pretty impressed with 40 watts. GMRS is the frequencies that it will be playing on with this thing. Cord that comes off the back also is fused, so double chances not to screw that one up. We do have a spot for our external speaker and a data line in the back, and I'm not sure, that's probably our programming, but an external speaker is an option on this. Along the front, it looks like we have 6 different menu buttons, 6 different function buttons, a power button, a place to plug in our microphone, which is like a LAN type connection, Ethernet style, not a pinned connection, and there. So I have the Tram $14.99 scanner antenna / GMRS / you name it antenna up on the roof. I'm going to plug this thing in and we'll take a look and see what it can do. As far as the manual goes, well, let's see, GMRS mobile radio. Boy, we got a breakdown. Volume knob, squelch knob, microphone, call tone key, VFO / M key. Wow. So I would say this would be your advanced GMRS type radio, not the channel up and down, squelch up and down, and maybe Roger beep. But this thing has a whole lot. And there's a lot of menu items here that I'll have to go through with you. That's going from 462 to 467. We have power settings, we have offset and codes, we have all kinds of stuff here. As far as programming, I'm wondering if this is changeable or what it is we can program via computer. Okay, so it does have repeater function, so that would probably be one of the things you could do with this. Wow, this is complicated business, my friends. Auto dial-up. Yeah, so I won't be able to get into all of this with you, and I'll be honest with you why that is. I don't know what half this stuff does. All right, here it is. Now look, I'm not going to get into a lot of these features and functions. This is a fairly sophisticated radio. My viewers like to have simplicity in mind. They like CB radios, they like FRS radios, they do like GMRS radios, but they don't want one that acts like a ham radio. This is for power users. You want to use a GMRS radio to talk to repeaters. That's ham radio stuff. This can do it. But for the average person watching this video, I won't get into those things because obviously you want this for a Jeep, or you want this as a base station for your house so that you can hear GMSR traffic in your neighborhood. For this, it's a little bit of overkill. It's a really nice unit, don't get me wrong, but it's got a bunch of stuff that you probably will just never use. Dual watch, yeah, you probably will use that. That's pretty cool. So we have the ability to change channels up here and go through all the channels that we have. Right, FRS and GMRS channels are available. You can also switch over and use that. And we have the ability to change between channels and actually megahertz, so you can switch between the two if you want that. And again, you can go through here. So if I want to go up and down, oh, and the microphone, of course, has up and down functions as well. So you can see we can change through. So if you want the megahertz instead of the channels, you're welcome to have that listed on the screen. It's not terribly hard to switch between the two. And then we can switch back over. And we also have power, low and high power, so we can change that around. This is our function button. You can see the function is now lit. And it gets into a lot of different stuff when it comes to functions. And then we also have step here. So what channel do you want to go in between channels? Do you want to, like, how wide or small do you want to have this thing moving? And then lastly, I've got over here I've got my squelch control, and then on the outside we do have volume control. Volume doesn't turn this radio off. You have your own volume button. So it works pretty cool. It's again, it's very complex. I'm gonna back out of here. And I want to show you some of the many things that it can do. So screen display. The menu function list on this would take me about, I don't know, 2 days to go through every one of these functions. I mean, there is just a lot going on. But some of the many things that it can do: Roger beep volume, speaker on off, PTT ID, MSK call group, MSK beep, reset selection, ID code, any functions, scramble frequency settings, compander settings, key light up method, LCD contrast adjustment, transmit backlight cover, receive backlight cover. So there's a lot of stuff there. Programmable microphone keys over on this side, two-tone beep on and off, two-tone monitor on and off, key phone, microphone key lock. Yeah, that's one we'd use. DTMF transmit maintenance on off. DTMF transmission speed, auto dial-up, tuning control, lob knock, narrow band frequency adjustment. I mean, this list goes on and on. I don't know how much of this you can actually read, but frequency step size, receive and transmit CTCSS/DCS signaling code, RF power, high-low, offset direction, programmable VFO, 400 to 480 megahertz on the UHF side, squelch delay time, repeater frequency difference, easy repeater station function, scan restore method. The list goes on, and there is just a lot to it. I am not going to get into all of this. You can see even the buttons do many functions: PTT key, down key, up key, call A key, VFO/B key. I mean, this list goes on forever. And there is a lot even on the screen there. So let me put that up there. We have 14 different symbols. No, we have 19 different symbols that are lit up on this screen. And there's a list of them there. Incredible, incredible. There is also down here at the bottom on the back side, there is a speaker output and a data socket, as well as the power cable, which we've hooked up to it. So you have all those options as well. It is the Retevis RA87. It is not amateur hour. If you're looking for that, well, you probably want to stick with a basic GMRS model that Retevis sells. This one is not it. This is a really high-end unit. Of course, it's high output, and it has every feature and function that a power user could want. And I guess that's where I'll leave it, my friends. Take care.